All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Bortles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And some room to maneuver. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now the return, Rashad Green. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Bortles to try again after the pick six. And this one's incomplete. Tommy Bohannon, the fullback, his intended target. And now it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Bortles to throw on second down. Throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Black 58 rail. Slow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And that was a good run. This is only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening.
Butker now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Lucy. Check.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Finding some room at midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On second down, here's Bortles. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Black 58 rail. 4 down. Check. 49.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's going to throw. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And shedding through the tackle. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Chris Conley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Well, the Jaguars getting set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah,
and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Mahomes now on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second down, here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Slow. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. A strong run. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Lucy.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Throwing is Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go.
Bortles now on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Here we go.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tommy Bohannon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars get a score closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football still have to be played. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Flag 58, Ram. 45. Flag 58, Ram.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And some room to roll down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Green to bring it back. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Anthony Hitchens in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Bortles. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls. Now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Let's go.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun. It's Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, In fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Left, ace.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your...
He's got him in, complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 95 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Green 80. 6 down. Check 6 down. 372.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Fournette, a first down carry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Bortles to throw on second down. And this is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucy.
Bortles now to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Allen Bailey able to get him for a loss of about 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Bortles. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Bortles to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Left, blue 45. Left, left. No.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with the lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now.
On first down, Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Green 39. Ace. Green 39.
We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. The extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Butker now to kick this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Green 80. Green 80. Green
On play action, now Bortles. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Shotgun now for Bortles. Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And out come the Chiefs now. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
That boy's got 4 down. Ready, blue 45, blue 45.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Always got some breathing room. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll run it here with Hunt. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Bortles going to throw. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On first down, Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now Bortles throwing on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's third and short. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw, it's Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. Past the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Hey, we got 4.
Bunch right, bunch right, bunch right.
Check three.
On second down, here's Bortles. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
I'll go. 11.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third and goal.
Watch 80.
372. Set. Green 80.
Let's get it together, defense.
Green set.
Now Bortles. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7th. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now Hunt, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Interesting,
Mahomes wants to throw it. Throw left side complete. It's Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Butker now to kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened down there.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Bortles. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Set. Green 80. Lucy. 11 B.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Going deep, and this is caught. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Butker now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. He spins free. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
Here we go.
now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way. Well, Charles, the forecast called